Welcome. Good morning.
Morning. Morning.
Look at this big crowd we have here. So we invited a bunch of news people, and we have a bunch of interviews coming up because we are giving out $1 million or more in our first game. So people need to know about this. So I hope this press conference helps that happen. I'm Dirk Gibson. I'm the founder of Treasure Games. And it took me 5 years in secrecy in my home in Montana to build this company. So that's a long time to toil over an idea. And so you have to be pretty passionate about it because you're working for free and you're putting up your own money and your partner's money for an idea. And so what was driving me was I felt there could be a better model to spread wealth than the national lottery. And I have felt that way for 30 years. That's what drove me, as I saw someone win like $500 million after months and months of people putting their money in. And I thought to myself, that could be 500 people winning $1 million. Wouldn't that be a better model? And then what if it wasn't luck? With all those odds against you every time you buy a lottery ticket, what if it was skill? What if you could influence the outcome? That's what was driving me. 1,000 people getting $1 million across our country is way better than one person getting $1 billion. That's just a better way to spread wealth. And that $1 million for those 1,000 people, that's life-changing. So that's why I wanted to build this platform, because I knew I could do that. The other thing that sparked me to finally do it after 30 years of thinking about it was I was thinking of a TV show idea, because I have a TV production company. And I create shows. And I was thinking of an idea, and one day I was just sitting there thinking in my house in Montana, and I thought, wouldn't it be cool if you could find a lamp in real life and get 3 real wishes? I just thought, man, that'd be so cool. And right away I thought, well, I can't do that because people are going to wish for more wishes. People are going to wish for infinite money. It cannot be done, right? And so I was kind of bummed because I loved the idea and then I didn't love the idea. And so one day, weeks after that idea, I was sitting there and I thought, better model to spread wealth, 3 wishes, boom. And that happened to me 5 years ago, and that's why I started building Treasure Games. So now you understand the history of Treasure Games. I have now built a platform for treasure hunting, nationwide treasure hunting, real treasure, real world, it's hidden in the real world, life-changing prizes and money. That's what I built. Now, it's all driven by technology, and people get confused by that. They think it's a game on your phone or on your computer. It is not. Part of it happens on your phone or any connected device because that's where the clues come out. Every day clues come out, right? So you get the clues, you solve them, but then you go in the real world. I love outdoors. I used to own an outdoor business, a wilderness business. So I used to take people into the wilderness. I want to get people outside. I want them to have adventures. Who doesn't want to have adventures? I mean, we all grew up thinking about treasure hunting. So who doesn't want to go treasure hunting for real and be a real treasure hunter and find a valuable treasure? And who didn't want to get 3 wishes? So that's why I worked so hard for 5 years. I got my partners to join me about the 3rd year in. So they've been with me for 2 years, helping me launch this thing. And we launched it on January 1st. And our first game was called Wish Lamps. Right there is a wish lamp. So that's what the treasure hunters are looking for. If you find that, you get to choose $1 million cash or 3 real wishes worth $1.2 million. The 3rd wish has to be for someone else. That's the game. So our platform launched with Wish Lamps. We will launch more games. In fact, today we just launched another whole region of Wish Lamps. It's going on right now today. The last thing I want to say about the background of Treasure Games is this. I also wanted to create something positive. A platform that is strong and has leverage and has mass engagement, but is totally uplifting and uniting. I'm at an age in my life where I'm going to do things that are important to me. And what's important to me is that we have something on social media, on the internet, that is only positive. No negativity allowed. There's a lot of people making negative comments that would not make them if it wasn't so easy just to push a button and have no accountability. On our platform, it's only positive. If you have something to say, you got to make a video. Take the time to make a video and upload it and look us in the eye. If it's positive, it stays. So that's the other reason I built it. Today's press conference is because we're announcing our first winners. So today I'm introducing you to the first winners of our very first game, Wish Lamps, which kicked off in Region 8. If you go into our platform, you'll see a game map, and you'll see the states are grouped into 10 regions. Region 8 was Texas and New Mexico. We kicked it off on January 1st of 2024. 88 days later, this young couple here found the Wish Lamp hidden at this very facility I'm standing in Dallas, Texas. 88 days from launch, we created our first millionaires. We're just getting started. I will not be happy until Wish Lamps creates 1,000 millionaires a year just in this country. So we're going to be rolling out other games as well. That's what's happening with this platform, and today you get to find out it's real because these are real people that I didn't even know until March 28th of this year when our security camera went off and my partner called me in the evening and said, "You need to watch this. I think they just found the lamp." And it was these two on our security camera with our alarm going off, and I sat there in my office with my partner Chad and my family, and we watched them literally find the lamp. It was one of the most rewarding moments of my life, and if you know anything about me, I've done some amazing things. I've been fortunate in my life, but that was rewarding to me to see real people find something I'd worked so many years to make a reality, and now we're going to change their lives. So that's what's happening here. So I'd like to introduce you to Ron Novak and Michelle Bush, our first winners. So first, I'd like you guys just to give a little background on where you're from and a little bit about yourselves.
I didn't think this was real, so I kind of joined in order to have fun with Ron.
And I was very excited about the treasure hunt. I was scrolling, there was a little news article, and I thought, treasure hunt? I was like, no way, $1 million? That looks really cool. So I started playing it secretly for a week, and then showed her, and she's like, there's no way this is real. Long story short, we looked for 2.5 months. She supported coming out here to Dallas once we figured I was in Dallas. And
With our 4 dogs.
With our 4 dogs and our Subaru. It was definitely a tight ride, but we signed up January 19th. I think we found it in 69 days. We spent about 21 or 22 days nonstop from about 7 in the morning and me till about 2, 3 a.m. every day, just looking everywhere and trying to go off of every thought, every idea, every lead. And yeah, I think we're a pretty good team on trying to figure out theories of where it was.
They've also shared with me that there was a little moment in life where you said, what did you want to do with your life?
Yeah, so it was really interesting. So Michelle and I, we get along very well, but like most couples, we fight once in a while. And we got into a big fight, and I was so mad and so angry. And I think in that moment, the child came out of me because my thought, out of all the things I could have been thinking, was like, I would just love to go find treasure. And so like with my job and my industry, I worked in the film industry for a really long time, and I thought the only way I can get out of this is if I was a treasure hunter. That would be really fun. And so I thought the same moment when we got to the fight. And then, I don't know, 12 hours later is when I saw the little news article pop up. And so for me, it was a sign. I was like, just cool. And that's how I found it.
When he told me that, I mean, you can see the stars aligning. He gets into an argument with his wife, and then he goes on this walk or whatever, and he says, I just want to be a treasure hunter. He throws it out to the universe, and then that night he finds an article about me, talking about our new platform. A few days later, he secretly signs up and doesn't tell her because Michelle was skeptical. She was harassing me online a lot. And I even told her over the security camera because he said, she was harassing her. I said, Michelle. She didn't think it was real, Dirk. I'm like, Michelle, don't doubt me.
I didn't think it was real even when we found it. I was like, oh, okay, but that doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, then I was like, are you kidding me? We have a lamp in our hands. It's real.
Yeah, it was really funny.
Yeah.
I've worked in the film industry for about 20 years, and 2 years ago, I got hurt. I broke my hand, got a bunch of nerve damage, and haven't been able to work the art department like I normally do because it's big, it's heavy, grueling work, and kept me up a lot. So I've been on workman's comp for 2 years and going through physical therapy. So I'm very lucky and fortunate for that, to have a check for that, but it cut our finances down quite a bit. And it's
But wasn't it about to run out?
Yeah, it's about ready to run out. I have a doctor's appointment in a few days, and it's pretty much ended. And especially after this, I'm going to tell them I'm good.
So that was another part of the story that made me really happy when I was hearing who won and how much I felt they deserved it, how hard they worked. They provided me so much. They made a Google folder and it was divided into here's our videos, here's our photos, here's our Excel spreadsheets of our hunt, here's our Google tracking maps of our car. And they just provided me so much evidence and proof, and then they had their videos of them in here and everything, and it was amazing. But part of that story when he said, you don't know how much this is going to help us because I had 2 months left on my disability. I was like, wow, these people really deserve this in so many ways, and I was really happy that these are the people that got the first lamp because they certainly deserve it from the work they did, the effort. It wasn't luck, it wasn't chance. There's always a little bit of luck, but it wasn't chance. It wasn't like I bought a lottery ticket, now I wait. They drove here 12 hours, from New Mexico all the time to come to Dallas and figure this out. So there's the moment that we're all waiting for. They were given the chance when they found this. They worked with me over the last few weeks, and they were given the chance to choose $1 million or 3 real wishes.
We pretty much knew right away.
Well, it was a bit hard.
Yeah. Yeah, and so we figured out with our plans and our lifestyle, and then also we thought the wishes would be the best thing because how cool, a treasure hunt is really cool and it's really fun, and for it to turn out to be real is awesome, and to have a magic genie grant you 3 wishes, this whole process has been so easy. We're so grateful, beyond grateful, and it's added to the experience because Dirk has been like a magic genie. We're like, we want this. Your wish is my command, essentially. And so all the 3 wishes, it's been like having a genie. So we picked the 3 wishes.
That's me. Yeah, we chose the 3 wishes, and it's been really fun. Yeah.
So the world knows. The very first winners of Treasure Games, very first game, Wish Lamps, chose the wishes. So that gives them 3 wishes worth $1.2 million. The third wish has to be for someone else. They get to decide how they do that, and there's a process they've been going through ever since they won with me of figuring out what they want and all that good stuff. So now I've asked them to put together a display of what they chose. So we're going to show you that right now. So go ahead.
So, as I mentioned, we travel with our dogs everywhere, and we plan on doing more treasure hunts. So, our first wish was this Sprinter van, which I had no idea how expensive they were, and when I saw how expensive they were, I just felt like, oh my gosh, it just takes a minute to realize, oh, I can afford it. But we still chose to get a used one because it takes months to design them and all of that. And we found this amazing one in Sedona, which is 4 hours from where we live. It was like magic. So it's sitting out in the driveway, and this is our first wish. It has a shower, it has a toilet.
The eclipse, tell them about the eclipse.
Oh, yeah, you tell them. You tell the story.
Right as soon as we were getting the van, the eclipse started to happen, and I still don't know if you did that on purpose or not. But it definitely added to our experience. So we thought if it just happened on the same day, how cool. And so it was supposed to happen later in the day. We went up to the top of a mountain to watch the eclipse, and then Dirk said, I wired the money. And so we ran down the mountain. We're like, oh my God, this person's got all this money with this van. We got to make sure it's there.
Yeah, we're like, what if they just run away with the money and the van?
So we got the van during the eclipse, which was super cool.
All right, so their first wish was a Sprinter van, Mercedes Sprinter van, this custom inside. I've seen the pictures. And for those of you who still don't believe, there's the van right on the parking lot, okay? So enough with is this real? Yeah, yeah, the money gets wired the minute you tell me your wish. I take care of it. So that van is sitting out there. We're going to film it later, but there it is. That was their wish number 1. So what was wish number 2?
The wish number 2, oh, that was a big ordeal because we knew we wanted real estate. But then when we went out into the world, we realized that it's a lot of money, but it's not a lot of money when you're buying real estate.
So we went through quite a process, and we did the whole treasure hunt. It has been just as much hard work, if not more, deciding what we're gonna get. Because you think about it, like $1.2 million. Like, what do you do with it and be smart about it, and not just buy a bunch of fancy cars or buy a home? Because most people need a home and want to buy a home. But we knew we had to make this last somehow, in order to, have income every month and be able to help all the things we want to help with. And so a lot of hard work. We went to storage units, multifamilies, and we found a motel really close to our house. It's a really cool vintage motel in Grassy, New Mexico. It's right on the Route 66. It's fairly close to our house. Really clean. The numbers were
Amazing
on it for the price. So yeah, we picked a motel.
And we're gonna keep the name because it's very historic, but we're gonna call it the Southwest Wish Lamp Motel. So we're adding the name Wish Lamp.
Yeah.
Ron's adding this UFO,
Yeah,
by the
because
way.
I'm on my free time, I'm obsessed with UFOs, and so I told her, said we're gonna have to add, because it's New Mexico too, so you have to add a UFO to the side. Yeah, that would be cool.
But if we do like it, and we may create a chain of really cool motels, and it'll be called Wish Lamp Motels. So it may grow into something national. We don't know, but for the first,
I think so.
Yeah. So that's how the wish lamp's already spreading.
So right there, I'll just interject that, again, I'm standing here, I'm real. These wishes are real. Our first winner's second wish was a motel, and that's what we're buying them. We are in closing with that deal right now.
Yeah, we're in escrow.
And our magic genie has been super helpful through the whole process, because we've never bought real estate like this, and he knows a lot, and he's been like a dad to us. Like, this sounds good, this doesn't sound good.
Without telling us what to do, just kind of like,
Yeah, really good advice.
This wasn't the first choice. There was a lot of other options that we got to, but this is a solid buy. They're going to do well with this place. All right, what's your third wish for someone else?
So we decided Hare Krishna Food for Life here in Dallas. It's a magical place. We picked it for kind of two reasons. One, they help a lot of people. They feed a lot of people. They do vegetarian food too, so it's really, really good. A lot of good energy put into the food. When we were coming here for Dallas to look for this lamp, we found the temple and they had the food, so we would go sit there and eat every night.
And that was serendipitous because I told Ron that morning, I just want steamed broccoli. Like, I'm tired of restaurants. And we got there and it's a buffet, and the first thing is steamed broccoli with nothing else. So that was really cool.
Yeah, so we ate there, went to their temple, meditated numerous times. Also, 20 years ago, I was homeless for a few years, and when I got my act together, I was like 25, 26. I had no place to go, no nothing. I found this little Hare Krishna cafe that served free vegetarian food. I went in there every single day. It was like a safe zone for me. The people were super, super nice. My first set of responsibility in a long time was doing dishes. And so it was super special to me that I was able to do dishes and be grateful to do dishes at that time in my life. And so I ended up volunteering for like almost 10 years until the day that the doors closed. So I want to be able to give back to this place because I know exactly what they do and they don't necessarily promote it. So it's an awesome place.
They opened in Dallas 20 years ago, and this specific program, Food for Life here in Dallas, has served 85 million free meals. And they do it with so much kindness, and that's also why we love that. It's not just a handout. It's to them, it's like a really special thing for themselves as well as for the people that they're helping.
So this afternoon, after this press conference, we will be going to this center in Dallas, the Hare Krishna Center, and these two will be writing a check for the Third Wish. They're donating money to this center. All right, so I'll recap that real quick. Our first winners chose the 3 wishes. They got a Mercedes Sprinter van that's custom made for wish number 1. A motel in New Mexico off of Route 66 for wish number 2. And now wish number 3 is going to be a donation to a center that's very important to their lives. You heard the story, super important. And that's what our company's doing. Is the reason I love launching treasure games with this game, Wish Lamps, is because the Third Wish is the DNA of the company. Spread the wealth. Imagine how many people they're going to help with that money. So that's what it's all about. And I really love what these guys have done. They've been so thoughtful about these wishes, you know, and it just, every night I'm with my wife and going, I just love that these are the first winners because they're so thoughtful and they're working so hard to figure this out. And I think it's going to be a good representation of what our company's about. So I'm grateful too. All right, so I have a few gifts for you in this award ceremony. And don't hold me to this because I don't know if I'm going to do it anymore after this, but I did have a handmade treasure chest for you.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So, this is well, you guys got to see the front here. It's got your name on it.
cool.
So I'll put it right here. But what it is it basically says their name on it and the date they found it. And so it's got a plaque there. See that? And then it says Treasure Games, and then the date, their names is on there. And on the side, it's got Treasure Games and Wish Lamps. But it's got a real lock, you know?
Cool.
I could. Oh, here's the one they get a keep. So a smaller version, I'm afraid, is all you get a keep if you get. But it's still cool. It says winner embossed, so that's theirs. Wow. This lamp comes back because it's got to keep spreading wealth. This is theirs to keep. I know they've gotten fond of this one.
Oh, yeah.
They'll love the little winner lamp there. That's yours to keep. This one is going to come back because I want someone else to win. I want to keep doing this 1,000 times. So this is your treasure chest. This is yours to keep. This is yours to keep. I'm going to keep that because you chose the wishes.
And I have to say, these lamps are heavy. They're made
Yeah.
out of bronze. So when we found it, we were like, this is so
I got
cool.
you guys some
We got
hats
hats,
too,
too.
so I wanted you to have
Sweet,
that.
yahoo!
So congratulations, you guys. You have your own treasure chest with your names on it. You got your winter lamp. You got some hats. You got your wishes plate. And I'm just grateful that you guys. You guys are a great representation of what I'm trying to build. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, next, and I'm about to wrap this up here, but next I want to thank the owners of Vandelay Sound Exports, Tyler Faison and Jack Klein, right here. I will tell you a story. So when you're launching a new company, and I don't think like normal people, I never have. I've always done whatever I dream and whatever I have a passion about. You just go forward. And when I went forward to find locations to hide these lamps, everyone thought I was crazy. They're like, you want to do what? Where? You know, nobody wanted to do it. And it didn't matter. So I called up these guys because I knew Jack from working on one of my TV shows with me in Montana, and I just really enjoyed him. And I knew he had a business here with Tyler, and I needed something in this region. So I explained it to him, and they said, whatever you need. And they've been saying that to this day, helping me with this. We're on Team Dirk, we're on Team Treasure Games, whatever you guys need. So they let me hide the first lamp here. My partner, Chad, who's here, came down and we hid it out front there. Chad and I hid them all across the country. There's 10 of them out there. Each of them's different, the way they're hidden. And we put it down, we secured it, we put a camera out, used their camera here. But they told us these stories about how they got the name of their company, and it had to do with Seinfeld episodes. And we were so thrilled with that because we were able to give it to the Clue creators, which all live pretty much in my house or Chad's house, so it's a small group. But, because, you know, you got to trust, circle of trust. But anyways, they were so excited to write clues about the Seinfeld Vandelay thing. And they didn't even get out because these guys found them before we got to this, you know, the clues were getting people closer. So they're all bummed that they didn't get all the Seinfeld clues out. But the quality of these guys, these two gentlemen here and helping me is so appreciated because as Treasure Games goes like this and becomes this national and global platform, I will never forget the first two people who said yes, because it gave me confidence that I was right and that people would let me hide these things on their property. So thank you.
We'll take a motel as well.
You've already put in an order for a guitar, as I recall. I think I have a guitar you wanted or something like that on the wish list. All right, so we're going to do an interview with Tyler and Jack here later today too, and they can tell you their involvement more. But for you businesses out there that want people to know about you, call me, because we're always looking for places to hide things around communities. I can tell you this, that hundreds of treasure hunters, if not more, came to Dallas because of us. They came here and they spent money. These guys made trips. They had to stay in hotels. All of them did. And they're posting content, and I can see where they're going. I can tell they're eating at restaurants here. This is good for communities. It's spreading wealth to those communities. And the last thing I want to say is that on this very day, we launched our next region this morning. So all you treasure hunters out there that did not win, I hope you're hunting right now, because the poem came out, and tomorrow the clues will start coming out every day until someone finds it. If you go into treasuregames.fun, you can sign up for a free trial. You can subscribe for full access. But you'll see Region 7 is activated, and that is Colorado, Nebraska, Kansas, and Oklahoma. So that hunt is on right now. On July 1st, Region 10 activates. That's South Carolina, North Carolina, Georgia, and Florida. Region 10 activates July 1, and on August 1, Region 4, which is up Michigan area up there. So in 4 months, 3 regions will be activated in the next 4 months. So if you aren't already playing, you need to go sign up and check this out. It's a real treasure hunt for real treasure, life-changing prizes and money. These are the first winners. Don't let them get all the lamps. All right, so because they're smart. These kids are smart, and they got a Sprinter van, so they're probably gonna head north and go look for another lamp.
We're ready.
All right, yeah, come on up and bring up the signs, and we'll take some pictures. All right, thank you. You guys act like you haven't won $1 million before. This is part of the job.
Celebrating for 4 weeks now.
This is the job. You got to hold the signs. Right?
Cool.
Perfect. Oh, that was great. Thank you guys so much.